Pipe Network presents.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the LTG Show Podcast.
Sandy. Tara na, mag-record na tayo.
Okay, sige. Kuya.
This is 480 TV Pod.
The 482nd TV After Show Podcast.
This season, we are going to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Tune in every Sundays wherever you get your podcast
480 TV Pod.
from Pipe Network.
Sige na, manood ka na. Diyan ka naman magaling.
Welcome to Hintang Nights Podcast, ang inyong midnight thoughts na walang pinipiling oras, ang long-distance friend mo na mahilig mag-advise, at ang go-to hub mo kapag gusto mo lang ng maingay sa buhay. This podcast is hosted by yours truly, Jelly!
So, yan. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. And this is the MTG Show Podcast by Pipe Network. Boys. So, for today's attention to detail, it's been a long time then since gumawa ako nitong segment na to. And actually, di ko alam kung bakit ginawa ko ulit itong segment. And gusto ko restore tong segment na to kasi we have 3 more episodes before the season ends. And baka tayo bumalik na ng fall. Baka August or September or June. Magkaintindihan. But for now, the goal here is simple lang. We want to do something very important. Kasi it's 2021 and everything that we got right now in professional wrestling is something new. Kasi tingin natin, hindi pa natin nakikita before or even in the past. Ewan ko, nakita na rin natin siya before, but in 2021, lahat nagbago, 2020, even in 2020. But today, ang episode natin for attention to detail today is iikot lang siya sa isang scenario o sa isang sitwasyon o sa isang segment. And for today's pod, we're going to talk about my best world champions right now. So, we got a list. Actually, itong list na to is based from the things na dinidiscuss natin on the podcast since nag-umpisa tayo no May. Since May na rin ngayon, I think. Kung kailan ko i-drop tong episode. Di ko sure kung kailan natin i-drop to. But, it doesn't matter. Ang nagmamatter lang sa akin is we have 7 companies or 7 champions, I think, or 8. So, ito. We got Cross from NXT. We got Walter. We got Lashley, Roman, Omega, Aldis, Osprey, tsaka si Jacob Fatu. Meron pa atang isang champion na hindi ko na-mention. I don't know. But ito, sabihin ko ng mga titles nila. So si Kenny nga, is double champion for the record. Actually, triple pa nga. So he got the AAA, he got the AEW Championship, he got the Impact Championship from last Sunday's Rebellion event. And then si Cross, NXT champion, Walter, the longest reigning champion, and all of this shenanigans, all of this stuff. And then we got Lashley, Bobby Lashley, and then we got Nick Aldis, one of the longest champions then on this lineup. I think nasa 2 years na rin yung run niya as the NWA World's Champion. No? And then also the shortest, I guess, on this one, which is si Will Ospreay. Ay, de. Nauna pala si Ospreay. Sorry guys, sorry. Si Cross pala pinaka maano dito, yung pinaka recent. Sa bale, 8 ito. Si Cross, si Walter, si Lashley, si Roman, si Omega, si Aldis, si Ospreay, at si Jacob Fatu. Ito. The goal here in this episode is comparison lang natin. I'm not going to throw criticism on these wrestlers, on these champions. Kasi para sa akin, minapatunayan na sila lahat. But, meron siguro akong stuff na sa tingin ko na hindi ko pa nakikita or I don't know. But I think yun ang diferensya nung champion na yun. So that's why I did the list of the best champions of the lineup right now. So, eto, may nakalimutan ata ako si Rush. I think Rush is still the ROH, the Ring of Honor World Champion. Actually kasi ganito yan eh. Hindi ako nakapanood ng Ring of Honor shows. But, ito yung sigurado ko. Si Rush, solid pa rin yung run niya right now as the Ring of Honor World Champion. Hindi guys. Hindi ko sure kung si Rush pa din yung champion. But if si Rush pa din yung champion ngayon sa ROH, wala akong masabi. Solid pa din yung run na yun ni Rush as the Ring of Honor World Champion. But let's move on to our list. So, mag-umpisa na tayo. Ito. I'm not going to be biased on this one, but my number 8 on this list is Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, obviously, because number 1 is the shortest run on this one so far. Pwede pa ito mabago. I'm going to do a follow-up episode on this one if may mababago pa or if may mag-change hands pa na championship. But for now, ito muna yung stuff ko. So, I think si Kross kasi hindi siya yung champion na pala grab ng credit ganun. As long as he beat Balor on that takeover episode, parang yun na yung na-prove niya actually. Panood ko yung recent episode ng NXT na nag-tease ata sila ng isang feud versus Kyle O'Reilly. And I think isang teaser na yun for their next maybe big show or maybe a next feud for Mr. Karrion Kross. But si Kross kasing alam nyo is wala pa siyang wala pa ako nakikitang direction sa kanya for now. But I'm not going to say na I hate him as the champion. I'm not going to say na he's not the best champion of this list. But si Kross kasi wala pa napapatunayan aside sa tinalo niya si Balor. That's it. But sisiguraduhin ko by the end of the month, I guess, next month, baka gawin natin to ng follow-up. Baka if may mag-change hands man ng championship sa mga to, regardless na. But we're going to do a follow-up on this one. And then, let's move on. Medyo mahaba na sinabi ko. So, number 7 is Jacob Fatu, the MLW World Champion. Sa akin, nakapanood ako ng ilang MLW shows, but ito talaga isa sa mga underrated world champions for me, I guess. Medyo good naman yung story niya right now. Magaganda rin yung matches niya, although hindi ko man na review dito sa show. But na-appreciate ko yung contra unit. And medyo nagdududa lang ako sa kung paano yung direction noong magiging susunod na champion nila, which is medyo naku-confused ako. Baka si Mil Huertas na rin yung mga talo sa kanya for the championship. Kasi binibuild nila yung dating Lucha Underground if I'm not mistaken. And then, I think si Muertes ang isa sa mga pwedeng makatalo dito kay Jacob Fatu. And pwede rin makadestroy sa Contra Unit. But in the other hand, wala akong problema sa run ni Jacob Fatu right now. Siguro lang sa exposure lang tsaka sa oras kasi ng show nila medyo sumasapaw din sa ibang show, lalo na nung may NXT pa sa Wednesday tapos itong AEW. I think naiiwan sa ere din tong MLW kahit sabihin natin 1 hour, pero ang tao kasi inaantay nila talaga pag Wednesdays Dynamite, and I don't think na may mag-aantay pa just for that stuff. Just for fuck's sake. And they can watch the MLW naman every week naman sa YouTube. And di siya problema actually. But ang akin lang dito, I want to see more kay Jacob Fatu. I want to see more of him pa. And kung may matino pang threat sa kanyang run right now as the MLW World Champion, sa tingin ko malaking tinik talaga si Mil Huertas sa way niya on being the champion. So yeah, wala akong masyadong problema ha. And then number 6 on the list is Nick Aldis. I know. Sabihin natin guys, ang NWA champions kasi hinahanay nila si Aldis doon sa mga former champions na umabot ng 1,000, 2,000 araw as the world champion. I don't have any problem doon. Wala akong problema doon. As long as si Aldis nakakapagbigay ng magandang matches and nakakapag-draw sa NWA, that's good for me actually. Hindi na rin ako magugulat if si Aldis ay tatalunin ni Kenny Omega. Hindi na ako magugulat about that actually. Hindi na ako magugulat ng to. Kasi feeling ko ganun na rin yung scenario. Kasi 'di ba si Serena Reeb ay nasa MLW, sa AEW na din si Serena Reeb. Kaya di na ako magugulat na if si Aldis tatalunin ni Kenny Omega tapos magpaparami lang ulit siya ng belts. So yeah. Yan, ako the other hand naman, wala akong problema sa run ni Aldis right now. As long as nabibigyan lang nila ng justice yung story nila with the strictly business. Yun talaga ang nakikita kong edge niya kumpara dun sa dalawa pang champions. And yung justice siguro na pagko-compete niya ng pay-per-views lagi. And yung walang tapon na matches, especially yung recent match niya versus kay Aaron Stevens, walang tapon yun, pucha. Panoorin nyo, walang tapon yun. Kaya justify lang siguro ng NWA na kabilang si Aldis doon sa mga champions nila before, like sila Ric Flair ba? Sila Ric Flair ata. Di ako sure sa title lineage ng NWA kasi. And then, let's move on. Number 5 on that list is Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay actually, kaya mataas si Will Ospreay kumpara sa iba na champion. Sila Aldis. Sa tingin, ito yung edge ni Will Ospreay sa tingin ko. Will Ospreay is a very good wrestler actually. And yung ano, edge niya talaga dito on this one. Isa tingin ko, yung run niya right now as the heel and yung run ng Empire, the Empire Group, kung ano man pangalan nun. Hindi ko tanda yung buong pangalan, basta the Empire ata. Yung run ng stable right now ng the Empire is superb. Actually, that's the number 3 or number 2 stable of New Japan right now. I think. And I think tuloy-tuloy yung pag-slay ni Ospreay sa roster ng New Japan. And I think he deserves that. For God's sake. Unless either Shingo or Okada will beat him for the championship anytime soon if matutuloy yung Tokyo Dome and yung isa pang event na kasama noong Tokyo Dome show sa May. I don't have any problems if mangyayari man yun in the future. As long as Shingo will win the thing on May 3rd ata yung kay Ospreay tsaka kay Shingo. As long as Shingo will win, I don't have any problems. If mananalo naman si Ospreay doon, wala rin akong problema basta matalo niya si Okada, I'm good at it. And then, number 4 on the list is the WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. I think si Lashley naman, ang edge niya lang kay Ospreay and the rest is yung prestige pa lang ng belt. Actually, WWE Championship, one of the most prestigious championships ever in the wrestling business. And kung paano siya tinatrato sa right now, yung belt na yan, is very superb. But syempre, mas superior pa rin yung sa SmackDown. Mamaya explain natin kung bakit. Pero, balik tayo kay Lashley. Ang downside ko lang kay Lashley and his WWE Championship is bakit natapon na ng tuluyan yung Hurt Business sa kangkungan and he got replaced by the 2 former members of putang. Basta yun, yung stable na yun. Nakalimutan ko. Basta yun, di na regardless sa akin kung ang pangalan ng stable na yun. Basta, ayan. I think the only edge nito, ni Lashley, siya yung isa sa mga pinaka-dominant champions on all of the list and nakakapag-deliver pa rin siya ng match regardless on who will fight against. For example, The Miz, for example, solid din nung laban nila nun. Also, Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, although may bad finish nga. And yung isang match ata ni Lashley versus Riddle, hindi yung after WrestleMania, baduy nun. Basta regardless, sobrang solid nung run so far ni Lashley as the WWE Championship. As the WWE Champion. WWE Championship. And then, sabi ko nga, gaya na sabi ko, ang downside lang talaga ng run ngayon ni Lashley is parang kulang yung run niya sa pagkawala nga ng Hurt Business. Parang nakukulangan ako doon sa part niya na medyo kulang din yung pinasok nila, which is sila T-Bar tsaka si Mace ng whatever, kung anong pangalan ng stable na yan. Parang kulang pa. Sabihin natin, big man siya, they can beat Drew and Braun, they can beat whatever it is. Parang ang kulang lang sa akin on that note is hindi sila medyo matinong threat kay Drew at kay Braun. Regardless on who the fuck they is. Actually, di pa nako-confirm kung sila talaga yung magiging kapalit ni Cedric at ni Shelton. Pero sana swerve lang yun. Sana swerve lang talaga. And then, number 3 on the list, of course, the title collector, Kenny Omega. The current AEW, the current AAA Mega Champion, the current AEW World Champion, the current Impact World Champion. Actually, kay Kenny naman, I don't have any problems sa story niya right now. Pero ang problema ko lang siguro, yung title hostage niya right now, medyo nandulumo ako. Sa Impact hindi eh. Sa NWA, if matutuloy yon, medyo manlulumo talaga ako ng sobra doon. Sa Impact kasi, naka-earn sila ng medyo good ratings for the Impact show on Access TV. And then, yung yung deal na to right now sa Impact and AEW, kung meron man deal, lahat naman nakinabang eh. Yun talagang gusto ko dito kay Kenny as the Impact and AEW champion. Parang ang nakikita natin is kahit nasa ibang ibayo na yung championship ng Impact, makikita pa rin natin si Kenny. And I hope that magpapakita na si Kenny Omega with the Impact World Championship sa Dynamite. Sana makita na natin. Kung kailan ko man idadrop tong episode na to, I hope makikita pa rin natin siya as the World Champion. And ako naman, na umaasa kay Moose na siya mag-dethrone kay Kenny Omega as the World Champion. Possible naman eh. Actually, that's possible. Walang imposible sa wrestling ngayon. Yun talagang bottom line ko dito. Ang downside lang of the story ni Kenny right now sa AEW, I think the only downside of this one is medyo confused ako sa run ng Elite right now sa AEW featuring Young Bucks, Good Brothers versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Medyo tapon na yung story nila, pinipilit na lang nila i-build until then. Ganun yung nakikita ko kay Kenny. Siya yung leader kasi ng stable na yan. So, siya yung pinagbuntunan ko talaga dito. But overall, regardless, wala akong problema sa kanya. Siguro, need lang talaga ni Dave Meltzer na wag magpakabayas sa ratings. Yun. So, that's number 3, Kenny Omega. Again, guys, sabihin ko, baka may pangunahan nyo ako Wala akong problema kay Kenny Omega. Siguro, ang problema ko lang kay Kenny, wala nang direksyon yung run nila sa between the Elite and Moxley tsaka kay Eddie Kingston. Parang mema na yung build up nila. I don't know why. Bakit ko nasabi yun? Basta parang wala na yung spark ng feud since nangyari nga yung March sa Revolution. Parang nawawala na ng pakonte-konte yung storytelling and medyo putol-putol din kasi yung pagbibigay nila ng story 1 week and then 1 week wala, 1 week meron, 1 week wala, 1 week meron, ganun yung nakikita natin sa match feud na to sa feud na to. But sabi ko, most of the matches ni Kenny walang tapon yan, but bias lang talaga si Dave Meltzer. Pero sige, let's move on. Mag-move on na tayo kasi mahaba pa tong list ko. So, number 2, we got the Tribal Chief, the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Question, guys. Bakit number 2 lang si Roman? Pangunahan nyo ako Ayoko baka mapangunahan nyo ako on this one. Eto, sabihin ko sa inyo babase lang ako sa 2021. Wala na akong pake sa 2020. Sa mga nangyari sa run ni Roman noong 2020, wala na akong pake. Ang tapon lang talaga ni Roman on this championship run in 2021, I think, is the Royal Rumble. Yun lang talaga naging tapo niya dito. And then the storytelling for Fastlane, yung Elimination Chamber, tapos malilate lang siya as usual. Wala akong problema doon. That's part of the thing na ginagawa nga ni Roman since his turn on Payback nga. Since nag-turn nga siya as a heel, I think yun ang nakikitang problema ng tao na regardless of the heel turn, dapat matino pa din yung run right now nito ni Roman. But again, regardless, wala akong problema doon. Ang sabi kasi ng tao, ang pinoproblema nila, si Jey Uso. Magkalinwagan nga tayo, guys. Yung sa WrestleMania kay Jey Uso, counted yon. Kasi ang triple threat match can end by a pinfall or submission regardless kung sino man yung umepal sa ring, kung sino man mag-interfere. Regardless of that, legal yun. Ganun ng triple threat. Baka mamaya pagbuntunan nyo na naman si Jey Uso ng galit. But seriously, si Jey Uso, sobrang nagugustuhan ko na din siya since maging single star siya eh. Oo. Since maging singles run niya eh. But, balik tayo kay Roman. Kay Roman naman, on the other hand, nag-improve na siya siguro. Nahanap na natin kay Roman yung dapat na hinahanap natin sa kanya since 2017 pa. Yun na yun, nakita na natin eh. Nakita na natin, nag-heel turn na nga si Roman eh. Yun na yun sa tingin ko kumpleto sa kanya. And that heel turn, nag-benefit halos lahat. Nag-benefit ang SmackDown, nag-benefit si Bryan, nag-benefit si Jey Uso, nag-benefit si Paul Heyman. Halos lahat nag-benefit eh. Unlike Raw, na medyo patapon na yung shows for the past 1, 2, 3 weeks, 4. Parang ganun eh. Mas na-overshadow talaga ng SmackDown tong Raw. But, my opinion lang, konti, medyo, papansin ko lang, parang, ewan ko, ba't naging opinion ko to eh. Pero dahil ba sa build nila kay Roman as the champion na mas solid kumpara kay Lashley, it means ba na na-overshadow na din ng Universal Championship yung run ni Lashley as the WWE Champion right now? Maybe. Di ko masasabi yan. Di ko pwede masabi. Kasi the end of the day, the WWE Championship is still the top belt. And the Universal Championship, parang ang akin lang dito, akin lang to parang sinasalba lang ni Roman yung relevance ng Universal Championship, which is true naman. Since medyo clusterfuck nga yung runs recently. Kay Fiend, kay Strowman, kay Goldberg. Good Lord. And actually, Roman is the perfect guy to beat the Fiend for the championship. And regardless doon, sobrang perfect to eh. Pero ako, sabihin ko sa inyo papunta tayo sa number 1. Seryoso, I love Roman Reigns run right now as the Universal Champion. Siguro, ang kulang na lang kay Roman right now is a new theme song. Yun na lang. New theme song, new entrance. Baguhin niya na lahat. Nabago niya na lahat eh. Theme song na lang. And the number 1 for this list is, I think ito na yung pinaka-solid eh. Solid run right now in all of the champions that I mentioned, which is Walter from NXT UK and /NXT. The NXT UK champion. I think sa lahat ng champions na mention ko, para sa akin lang si Walter yung isa sa mga pinaka it's either unappreciated or underrated. Doon, nagtatalo pa yung utak ko about that. Yan ang nakikita ko unappreciated champion. Hindi man siya na-appreciate masyado ng tao until that Walter on NXT thing. Pero ganun hindi siya na-appreciate dahil wala, konti lang naman nanonood ng NXT UK unless us na nanonood talaga. And since mapunta nga sa NXT si Walter, yun, nag-umpisa na rin yung popularity niya ulit kahit paano. And ako, as a fan din, na-appreciate ko talaga yung thing kay Walter yung alam mo na kahit anong bagay pwede mo matalo yung isang competitor, isang kalaban mo na wala sa ibang champion. Si Walter lang nakagawa nun. Doon pa lang, lamang na siya Doon pa lang, lamang na Pero ako, ayoko magpaka-bias dito Kasi baka isipin nyo magpaka-bias ako. Pero seryoso guys, I love Walter right now. Sobrang solid noong matches niya. Few, pwede ba ako mag-mention? Pero sure ko solid yung match niya so far versus kay Drake Maverick. Solid din yung match niya versus Ciampa sa TakeOver. And also yung kay, kay Brown sa NXT UK. Solid din yon, sobrang solid nun. And a few matches from the past, which is Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne sa TakeOver. And then yung match niya versus Dragunov from last year. And also, sino ba nakalaban nito? I think si din nakalaban niya. Wait, sa labas na lang hirap. Basta solid yung run niya. Kaso, hindi pa rin talaga mawala sa isip ko noong Survivor Series na binaboy siya sa main roster. Seryoso yun, yung part na yun, hindi talaga pwedeng mawala sa isip yun. Kasi wala ganun ang booking sa main roster. But seriously guys, opinion ko lang to. Siguro by the end of the month, if may mag-change hands ulit dito, magbabago to. Yung mga opinion ko about this. But, yun na yung opinion ko about that. Ito, sabihin ko, ulit, final statement, bago ako matapos dito. Masyado na kasi mahaba tong episode to. So, I think, the general term, I think dapat ituring talaga ng iba't ibang companies na top champion to Hindi siya hindi siya throw sa sidelines. For example, for the past 2 weeks sa WWE Championship, parang nawala si Lashley sa sidelines lang siya. I don't know why. Hindi ko siya nakikita sa Raw. On the other hand, sino pa ba? Hindi ko matandaan. Wait, nakalimutan ko na kasi yung iba Si Kenny, di kasi na-mention yung story nila sa Rebellion, yung match nila Swan sa Rebellion. Hindi siya na-mention sa Dynamite unless hindi talaga Na-mention lang siya noong last week. Yun lang. But regardless, guys, mag-i-improve pa tong list ko for sure. Pag at least 30 days, 40, or if may mag-change hands na siguro, we're going to revise this stuff. But for now, ito muna. Ito muna yung top champions ko. Top world champions ko. Here in the pod. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for that stuff for this episode. Follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the MTG Show Pod. Also, follow Pipe Network and other shows of Pipe Network on all of the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Pipe Network, and visit pipenetwork.co for more Pipe Network shows and for more details. And then, also, please listen to the MTG Show podcast every Fridays and sometimes Mondays on your favorite podcast platforms and on the MTG Show podcast app on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, sa Anchor, sa Deezer, kung mayroon kayong Deezer. And, yan, yung pa pang podcast apps, pwede nyo rin ito mapakinggan itong podcast na to. And, my personal social media platforms at AJ Pinera sa Facebook, Twitter, at Instagram. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for today's attention to detail. Stay safe, stay reso, register the boat, and see you on the next episode. Yeah.